Hello students. Today in this video, we will discuss the first chapter of accountancy of class 11th, Introduction to Accounting. The learning objectives of these chapters are: after studying this chapter, the child will be able to state the meaning and need of accounting, discuss accounting as a source of information. Third, identify the internal and external users of accounting information. Fourth, the child will be able to explain the objectives of accounting. Fifth, the child will be able to describe the role of accounting. And finally, the child will able to explain the basic terms used in accounting. Over the centuries, accounting has remained confined to the financial recording, or you could say record keeping function of the accountant. Now if you talk about the role of accounting, in past it has just confined to financial record keeping function of the accountant, means the accountant just used to keep the record of the accounting transactions. But today's rapidly changing business environment has forced the accountants to reassess their roles and functions both within the organization and the society. Now, as you know, rapid changes has taken place in the business environment, and that change in the business environment has forced the accountants to reassess their role. Means now the role of the accountants has totally changed, just from mere recording to serve the society as well as to the organization. The role of an accountant has now shifted from that of a mere recorder of transaction to that of the member providing relevant information to the decision making. Now it's not, you could say, the accountant is not just confined to just record the transaction and doing the bookkeeping, but now it has been shifted to provide all the information, required information, to all the stakeholders who are directly or indirectly related with the business, so that appropriate decision can be taken in time. Broadly speaking, accounting today is much more just bookkeeping and the preparation of financial reports. Accountants are now capable of working in exciting new growth areas such as forensic accounting, means solving crimes such as computer hacking and the theft of large amount of money on the internet, e-commerce, designing web-based payment systems, financial planning. Now they have involved themselves in financial planning, where under financial planning you have to keep in mind the requirement of the funds that the business has, what are the different sources from where that fund can be raised, and if the fund has been raised, how efficiently that fund can be utilized for the betterment of the organization. That will be considered under financial planning. Environmental accounting. Now even nowadays environmental accounting is also being done, means the accountant has to look after the impact of the business on the environment, means what business is going to do for the safety of the environment or for the environment protection. This realization came due to the fact that accounting is capable of providing the kind of information that the managers and the other interested persons need in order to make better decisions. Now, why it comes in need? Because a manager is capable of performing different decision making aspects by providing quality information at the right time to the different users who are capable of making different decisions for the business as well as for the society. This aspect of accounting gradually assumed so much information important that it has now been raised to the level of an information system. As an information system, it collects data. Now as an accounting information system, the accountant used to collect the data and communicate economic information about the organization to a wide variety of users whose decisions and actions are related to its performance. Now as we know, we have different users of the accounting information, and as an accountant, you have to provide all those relevant information to those different stakeholders who are directly or indirectly related with the business, like the investors, creditors, government, economists, researchers, taxable authorities, and so on. So As an accountant, you have to provide the requisite information to these different users so that they can make better decisions, because their decisions is totally related with the organization. So now we'll discuss the meaning of accounting. Now, meaning of accounting. In 1941, the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, AICPA, has defined accounting as the art of recording, classifying, and summarizing in a significant manner and in terms of money, transactions, and events which are in part, at least, of financial character and interpreting the results thereof. So, as per AICPA, accounting as the art of recording means it is an art of recording. Classifying, here you are going to classify the events as economic or non-economic. Summarizing, here whatever the accounting facts are there or the information is there, accounting information is there, you are going to summarize the same in a significant manner and in terms of money. As we know that in accounting only those transactions are recorded in the books of accounts which can be measured in terms of money. Transactions and events which are in part at least of financial character means you are going to identify all those transactions and events which are in part at least of financial character. So whatever transactions that are taking place in the organization, if they can be measured in accounting terms or you can characterize them as financial character, then only you can record the same in the books of accounts and interpreting the result thereof. And all those transactions and events which are taking place in the organization, you are going to interpret the result thereof. So whatever information that you are having, you are going to record the same, but remember it should be of financial character and you are going to make the interpretation of the result thereof. Now with this accounting information, you are going to make out the or you are going to interpret the result, like whether the business is going to earn profit, whether the business has earned profit or not. So you are going to interpret the result of. In 1966, the American Accounting Association, AAA, defined accounting as the process of identifying. So it has been defined, or accounting has been defined as the process of identifying. Here you are going to identify the events, measuring. So if it is related to the business, you are going to measure it in the terms of money and communicating economic information to permit informed judgment and decision by user of the information. So you can say accounting as the process of identifying. Here you are going to identify whether that business is related, whether that transaction is related to the business or not. You are going to measure in terms of money and you will communicate the economic information. Economic information means the economic information means that the information which is going to make effect of the decision of the different stakeholders, like whether if we talk about an investor, for him the economic information is what, the profitability of the business, whether to invest in that particular business or not. To a supplier, he will look into the financial position of the business, whether the business will be able to make out the payment in future or not. Bank, if you are asking for a loan, he will look into the financial aspects of your or the profitability of the business. So this is what called communicating economic information to permit informed judgment and decisions by users of information. So on the basis of economic information only, the different users are going to make out the judgment whether they should stick to the business, they should provide credit to the business, or they should supply the goods to this business or not. So this is what is your accounting or the meaning of accounting. In 1970, the Accounting Principle Board of India, that is AICPA, Accounting Principles, has also emphasized that the function of accounting is to provide quantitative information. Now when we talk about quantitative information, means that can be measured in terms of money and that can be reflected in units. Primarily financial in nature. So whatever accounting information will be provided, it will be financial in nature. About economic entities. Now when you talk about economic entities, means the entities which are being established for making profit, that is intended to be useful in making economic decision. So whatever accounting information you are providing, it should be useful in making economic decision. As I've told you, economic decisions like whether that business is profitable, whether to invest in that project or not. So these kind of invest decisions must be taken with the help of the accounting information. So in a nutshell, you can say accounting can be therefore be defined as the process of identifying, measuring, recording and communicating the required information related to the economic event of an organization to the interested users of such information. So this is the meaning that we can derive with the help of these definitions. It is a process of identifying. So here you have to make the identification whether that particular transaction is related to the business, it is of economic nature, of non-economic nature, it is an economic event or a non-economic event, you have to identify. Then measure. The measurement of that accounting transaction has to be made in terms of money. If that accounting transaction can be measured in terms of money, then you can record the same in the books of accounts, and after recording the transaction in the books of account, the same can be communicated to the different users of that accounting information so that they can make economic decision out of the same. So we have to understand the different aspects of the definition. Now we have to understand the different terms: economic events, identification, measurement, recording and communication, organization, interested users of information. Now one by one we are going to discuss these terms. First we'll discuss about economic events. Now when we'll discuss about economic events, business organization involves economic events. An economic event is known as a happening of consequence to a business organization which consists of transactions and which are measurable in monetary terms. So now when we talk about economic events, whenever we talk about business organization, it involves economic events. Now what is an economic event? Economic event is an event, clear, that happening of consequence to a business organization which consists of transactions and which are measurable in monetary terms. Means economic events are those events which are related with the business or the transaction which are related with the business which can be measured in terms of money. Like for example, purchase of machine worth rupees 1 lakh. So purchase of machine is an economic event related to the business because it can be valued in terms of, or it can be measured in terms of money, like worth rupees 1 lakh. So 1 lakh is the worth of that particular machine. So you can record the same in the books of accounts. So it can be called to be an economic event. So economic event is an event which is related with the business and which can be defined or measured in terms of money. Installing and keeping it ready for manufacturing is an event which comprises number of financial transactions such as buying a machine, transportation of machine, site preparation for installation of machine, expenditure incurred on its installation and trial runs. Thus, accounting identifies bunch of transactions related to an economic event. Now this is the economic event that took place in the business, like the purchase of the machine, transportation of the machine, installation of the machine, clear, site preparation of the installation of machine. So all these events are known to be the economic events because all these events that took place in the business are in terms of money. Like you would have paid for the purchase of machine worth rupees 1 lakh, for example, For the installation of that machine, if you have paid 5,000 rupees, so that is an economic event. For the transportation of that machine into the business, if you would have paid 10,000 rupees, so that is also an economic event. So economic event, you can say all those transactions, all those events that took place in the business or that are related with the business, which can be measured in terms of money, you can call them to be economic event. Thus, accounting identifies bunch of transactions relating to an economic event. If an event involves transactions between an outsider and an organization, these are known as external events. So you can define your events as two types. One, your external event. So external event will take place between the business and the outsider. So here one party or one entity will be the business and the other will be the outside party. Now in case if you make a purchase of machine from outside, clear, so it will be an external event, because here the business will be involved as one entity and the other party will be the seller of that particular machine. I have been given with some of the examples of your external events. As I've told you, in external events, two parties will be involved. One will be the business and the other will be the outside party. Like sale of Reebok shoes to the customer. If you talk about the sale of Reebok shoes to the customer, here Reebok is one company or business entity and the customer is the outside individual. Rendering services to the customer by Videocon Limited. So here one is business, Videocon Limited, and the another is the customer. Purchase of material from the supplier. So when you will make the purchase of the material from the supplier, one party will be the business and the other will be the supplier. Payment of monthly rent to the landlord. Here one party will be the business and the other party will be the landlord. So whenever in any of the transaction, if in any of the event one party is business and the other is the outside party, then you will call it to be the external events. The another is your internal event. So internal event is an economic event that occurs entirely between the internal wings of an enterprise. So whenever any economic event that will take place between the individuals of the organization or within the organization, then you will call it to be an internal event. The example of the same can be supply of raw material or components by the stores department to the manufacturing department. Here one entity is the production department, clear, or the store department, and the other one is the manufacturing department. So this transaction will take place, or the economic event will take place between the one department of the same organization with the another department of the same organization. Payment of wages to the employees means like the finance department is going to make the payment to the employees of the organization. So one department is finance department and the others are the workers of the organization, means within the organization. So any event that will took place within the organization or between the different individuals of the same organization, then it will call to be an internal event. So economic event in a nutshell you can say as an event that will take place between the business or it is related with the business that can be measured in monetary terms. The second is your identification, measurement, recording and communication. Now when you talk about identification, it means determining what transactions to record. To identify events which are to be recorded, it involves observing activities and selecting those events that are of considered financial character and related to the organization. Now when we talk about identification, under identification you are going to identify the events that you are going to record in the books of accounts, clear, that is to identify events which are to be recorded. What you will do under it, you will observe activities and selecting those events that are of considered financial character. So you are going to consider only those transactions which are of financial character, means you can measure them in terms of money, it should be financial character, And second thing, it should be related with the business. So the business transactions and other economic events therefore are evaluated for deciding whether it has to be recorded in the books of accounts or not. For example, the value of human resource, changes in managerial policies or appointment of personnel are important, but none of these are recorded in the books of accounts. However, when a company makes a sales or purchase, whether on cash or credit, or pays salary to it is recorded in the books of accounts. Now, when you talk about identification, if the transaction that is related with the business but you cannot measure in terms of money, even then you are not able to record the same in the books of accounts. Like for example, if you have given an appointment letter to a newly appointed individual in the organization, you have given the appointment letter. The appointment of the individual is very important for the organization, but the same will not be recorded in the books of accounts. Why? Because you cannot measure that appointment in terms of money, or you cannot define it in financial character, so it will not be recorded in the books of accounts, though it's related with the business, but you cannot define it in the financial character, so it will not be possible for you to record in the same in the books of accounts. The same, the honesty of the individual, sincerity of the individual. So these things has to be identified whether that transaction or that event is of financial character or not, and second, whether it is related to the business or not. So these two things has to be identified by the accountant, and if it is of financial character and related to the business, then you will go for the second thing, that is the recording of the same. The next is measurement. It means quantification of business transaction into financial terms by using monetary units. Now when you talk about measurement, yes, it means quantification of business transaction. Now when you talk about quantification, means what? Whatever transaction that took place in the business, clear, you are going to define it in monetary unit like rupees, paisa as the measuring unit. So whatever transaction that took place in the business, like for example, purchase of stationery, if you don't know the amount of the same, you cannot record the same in the books of accounts. You have to measure it in monetary units, like purchase of stationery worth rupees 1000. So that 1000 rupees is the monetary value or is the measurement of that particular transaction in monetary unit. So rupees 1000 is to be considered. If an event cannot be quantified in monetary terms, it is not considered for recording in financial accounts. As I've told you, if you cannot measure any economic transaction or any transaction related to the business in monetary terms, it will not be able or it will not be possible to record the same in the books of accounts. That's why it's very important to define each and every transaction related to the business in monetary units. Then only you can record the same in the books of accounts. That is called measurement. Means you are going to measure each and every transaction related to the business in financial or in monetary units like rupees and paisa or whatever, like dollars and all. The next is your recording. Once the economic event are identified, means they are related to the business and they are of financial character, then you will measure them in monetary units like rupees and paisa. If it is also done, then you will make the record of the same in the books of accounts. And when you talk about recording, the recording will be done in chronological order. First, it will be done in monetary terms like rupees and paisa. Then the same will be done in a chronological order. Now when you talk about chronological order, means what? It has to be recorded in the books of account in proper sequence, like transaction that took place on 1st of November is going to be recorded first. The transaction that took place on 3rd of November will be recorded afterwards. 4th of November will be recorded afterwards, and so on. So everything will be done in a chronological order, means date wise the transaction will be recorded in the books of accounts. So recording is done in a manner that the necessary financial information is summarized as per well established practice and is made available as and when required. So while recording, you have to take into consideration the chronological order of the same. Second, the recording of the transaction will be done in a way that it must be understood by each and every user of it. Third, recording will be done in a way that whenever that accounting information is being required, it will be made available as and when that information is being required by the different stakeholders. So that is what recording. The next is your communication. The economic events are identified, measured and recorded in order that the pertinent information is generated and communicated in a certain form to management and other internal and external users. So under communication, what will be done? You will identify the economic event, then you will measure it, you will record the same. Now, if the information has been recorded and not communicated to the different user, it's of no use. So under communication, what you will do? All the recorded information that is useful for the different stakeholders will be communicated to the different stakeholders whenever it is being required, whether that individual is an internal user or the external user. Now when you talk about internal user, means the user who is within the organization, and external user means who is outside the organization. So you are going to communicate the information, the requisite information to them so that they can make their economic decisions. The information is regularly communicated through accounting reports. And now how you are going to communicate the accounting information? You will make the accounting reports, and with the help of these accounting reports, you are going to communicate the different information or the requisite information to the different users who can assess the financial position of the business with the help of that accounting information, so that they can plan and control the business activities and make necessary decisions from time to time. Like if management has to look into the profitability of the business, and if the same information has been provided to them, they can make the decision or the further policies for the organization. So every individual who is directly or indirectly related to the business needs the communication of the accounting information so that they can make their decision, relevant decisions. Like I've told you, management, they are interested because they want to make new policies for the organization, they want to make rules and regulations for the organization. As an employee, you want to know the profitability of the business so that you can ask for the good salaries in the organization, so that you can ask for the good working condition in the organization, and so on. So different users has different needs of the information, so the same has to be communicated to them in a desired manner. The accounting information should be designed in such a way that the accounting information is communicated to the right person at the right time. So your communication should be, accounting information system should be such, so whatever information is being required by different users, that may be provided to them in time, and the information can be communicated to the right person at the right time. The reports can be presented on daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis or quarterly basis depending upon the need of the user. As you can see, now the companies are preparing their quarterly basis financial reports. Before it was to be prepared on yearly basis, but now they are preparing it on quarterly basis. So as per the need, the reports will be provided to the different users. An important element in the communication process is the accountant's ability and efficiency in presenting the relevant information. Now when you talk about an important element in the communication process, as I've told you earlier also, while communicating the accounting information, how the accountant provides that information, or how the accountant present that relevant accounting information is also of important fact, or to say it's of important element of communication. If, like for example, if an accountant has to present the report, he is using pie chart, histograms, bar diagram, pie and different kinds of could say diagrams for presenting the accounting information. So it will become more relevant and it will be more helpful for the different users to make out the or to dig out the relevant information from that particular reports. So this is what is your measurement, clear, or you could say identification, measurement, recording and communication, as they are the part of accounting. And the part of accounting definition, accounting is an art of identifying, classifying, summarizing, recording, measuring, communicating. So these are the different elements of the definition of accounting. The next term is organization. Now when you talk about organization, organization refers to a business enterprise whether for profit or non-profit motive. Now when you talk about an organization, organization refers to a business enterprise. That business enterprise may be a profitable business enterprise or profit enterprise or not for profit motive. Means when you talk about profit earning or a profit motive business enterprise means where the intention will be to earn more and more profit by the sale, purchase and sale of goods and services. The another may be your not for profit organization motive, or you could say not for profit organization means the organization which has been established for service motive. The main motive is to do the welfare in the society. Depending upon the size of the activities and level of business operation, it can be a sole proprietor concern. If it has been done by a single individual, you can call it to be a sole proprietorship form of business or organization. If two or more than two individuals are involved, you can call it to be partnership form of business. If 10 adult members has come to do that business, you can call it to be a cooperative society and it has been established for a could say welfare of the society. If local authority and municipal corporation or any other association that of persons. So you could say in a nutshell, you can say group of individuals, those who are working for profit or not profit motive, you can call it to be an organization. Even a single entity, clear, if a single entity is involved in business activity, you can call it to be an organization, like in case of sole proprietorship. That is what organization is. The another term is interested users of information. Now when you talk about interested users of information, in case of accounting, the information is being required by two individuals. It may be internal user or it may be your external user. Now when you talk about internal users are those individuals who are the part of the organization, like CEO, chief executives, clear, financial officer, vice president, business unit managers, plant manager, store manager, line manager, etc. So all these will be known to be internal users because they are the part of the organization. External users are those individuals who are indirectly related with the business, like stakeholders, means the shareholders, creditors like banks and other financial institutions, debenture holders, other money lenders, taxable authorities, regulatory agencies and so on. So these are the different individuals who are directly or indirectly related to the business. If they are within the organization, they will be known to be an internal user, and if they are from outside the organization, they will call to be your external users. And all these individuals require accounting information so that they can make their economic decision. Like the another question arises, why these different individuals are interested in the accounting information of the business. Now if we talk about the owner or the shareholder, the owner or the shareholder use them to see if they are getting a satisfactory return on their investment and to assess the financial health of their company or business. Now if you talk about the different users, amongst them your owner or the stakeholders or the shareholder, clear. Now why the owner or the shareholder will be interested in looking into the accounting information? Because that individual has invested money in the business, so he will look into the profitability of the business, what amount of return he is going to get on his investment. So he will be interested in the profitability of the business. Now if we talk about the directors or the managers, the directors or the managers use them for making both internal and external comparison in their attempts to evaluate the performance. Now these directors or the managers who are looking or who are controlling the business affairs, they will be interested in the accounting information to make out whatever decision they have taken, whatever policies they have formulated, are they worth or not. So they will make the comparison in attempts to make or to evaluate the performance of the business. Now how they will do? They may compare the financial analysis of their company with the industry's figures in order to ascertain the company's strength and weaknesses. So what they will look into? They will look into the financial reports of the business, and with the help of that they will make the comparison of their business over a period of time, as well as they will make a comparison of their business amongst the different competitors in the market, so that they can look into the weaknesses and strength of the business. Management is also concerned with ensuring that the money invested in the company or the organization is generating an adequate return, and that the company or the organization is able to pay its debt and remain solvent. So this is also has to be looked into by the management, that the financial position of the business should remain sound. Means the debts, or you could say the business should be in a position to meet out its debts, and it should always remain solvent. Solvent means what? Able to meet out its liability from its financial resources. So that's why the management and the directors are interested in the financial information. Creditors, or the person who has lended money to the business, even they will be interested in the accounting information because they have given credit to the business, or they have sold something on credit to the business. So they will be you could say interested in the liquidity of the business. They want to look into whether their money is safe or not, whether the business will be able to pay out their money or not. So they will also look into the profitability and the financial position of the business, because they have given something on credit to the business, and they will be looking into the profitability and the solvency of the business, or could say the financial soundness of the business. Then if we talk about the investors, potential investors or the prospective investors, prospective investors are those individuals who are interested in making the investment of their money in any of the business. So if they will find your business profitable, if they find your business to be in a sound position, then they will invest in your business. So potential investors or the prospective investors are interested in the profitability of the business. They want to know about the return on their investment, whether that particular company is going to give good return to them or not. If they will find your company better, they will invest in your business. The government and the regulatory agencies like the registrar of the companies, custom departments, IRDA, RBI. So these are the different regulatory authorities in the government. They are also interested in the accounting information of the business. Like the government wants to formulate, or basically government used to formulate policies regarding trade and commerce. So to formulate the policies regarding trade and commerce, they need the financial reports of the business houses. So that's why they are also interested. Like policies regarding subsidies, customs, tariffs, GST, VAT and all. The government needs the accounting information, so they are interested in such. Taxable authorities, like I have told you, you have GST, income tax, clear, different taxes like custom tax, excise duties tax. So all these are being required, all these departments require the accounting information of the business, so that they can levy taxes on the business houses. So these are the different individuals, or could say interested users, who are interested in the financial information or the accounting information of the business. So this is what we are going to discuss in this video. Thank you. Hope you will like this video.